seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Monkey King.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Shaker.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Tundra Esports, turn to pick.
Lich.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Tundra Esports, turn to pick.
Lifestealer.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Venomancer.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Morphling.
Tundra Esports, turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Tundra Esports, turn to ban. Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Tundra Esports turn to pick.
Enigma.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The series you've all been waiting for, Enigma Galaxy up against Tundra Sports. And we'll have a little pause, we always do. But the winner of this, Fog, they're going to the grand final.
They are.
We've seen, obviously, Tundra, no surprises right in terms of their run. But Enigma Galaxy, I don't know if before this tournament, everyone had them kind of pitted to get this far. But they've turned up. They've looked fantastic in their wins, and here today, there's absolutely a good chance they could give Tundra a run for their money.
100%. I mean, our Double Danes said it themselves, right? A bit of clash of two styles coming into play here. One team looking for more aggressive early game, the other one looking for that potential late game scaling, but also tons of team fight, right? Enigma Galaxy, they've got the specialty, the beautiful ones. There's a black hole and an echo slam, right? There's potential for some awesome looking stuff that can come out from them. It's going to be up to if they can execute versus this high tempo draft that Tundra has gone for. This is very interesting. This is definitely going to be one of the more exciting ones since we do see the clash of styles, and you could hear it from Misery and from Cinder, and it truly does feel like that. When you have this Morphling versus Lifestealer, as the game progresses, that Morphling can become very oppressive. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah. And I feel like that's just been something that Enigma Galaxy's kind of done throughout this tournament and succeeded with, or at least looked very impressive. You know, the other day, right, they bring out like this Gyro IO. Yeah, it's something that no one else is doing it. But, you know, Enigma Galaxy, they turn up, they do what they want, and they're showing these teams how it's done in this current day and age. They've looked very impressive. Of course, Samael on the shaker. Looking forward to see what he's going to be able to bring this game, especially in that mid matchup, because as we know and as we've seen, BZM on the other side of things, he's a big shaker mid fan. He is.
So we're going to get to see sort of what his idea is about, you know, doing well against in the mid lane. He is on that Monkey King, so yeah, that mid lane matchup, that's going to be spicy, folks.
It's going to be a big one to watch, because we did see yesterday Sumail, I believe he was about a level behind when they had done it anyway. I think it was versus no one, but it ended up not mattering, right? Sumail, he was only slightly behind, really, ends up catching up just with some big echo slams, big stacks that he was able to farm. So there's so many things to talk about really in this game. We're going to see tons of tips coming out. Teams are going to have a lot of fun with this matchup. Yeah, really looking forward to see how these lanes are going to end up breaking down. We have this pesky Venomancer that does make it through very far into the draft. See how much he can actually contribute, as we saw Snaking essentially become a third/fourth core for the team very quickly.
Oh, absolutely right. Yeah, this is one of those supports that if you as a team don't lose control of the map early on and there is the space, the Venomancer is absolutely going to keep up with some of the cores on your team. And
it's like the fastest farmer. Yeah, it really does feel like.
And that's not like your cores having a bad time. It's just that the Veno farms that smoothly.
And the other thing I really have to credit for Enigma and throughout this tournament, at least in the last few games that I saw from them, it's kind of like what they need to do in this game too. It's patience. Wait for those opportunities to get those big connections of their ultis. Wait to dodge the rotations that are going to come from Tundra so they can get Ghost online. In a lot of these games, Ghost is going godlike. Even though he may have like a rough lane or something, somehow he ends up finding these fights, which is another thing I really want to talk about, is their patience and execution in teamfights has been beautiful. That last Roshan fight yesterday that I remember just sticking out, they were dancing around in this teamfight. It was beautiful to watch. So
yeah, and of course what we heard in the draft, but when you look at this game, you do feel that ultimately, down the line, if it does go on, this morph is going to be pretty difficult for Tundra to answer in the late game.
Absolutely. I mean, they can itemize, right? Oh, Omar, he's looking pretty dead here.
That's going to be a first blood almost certainly. See if they can give it to Duracho. He wants it, and he's not going to get it. Whitemon says, well, I'm going to be having so much money this game, might as well get started now on the old support Veno.
How dare you steal it? The Lifestealer gets bonus health for those kills, too. It's not just the money. No, it happens. The blood grenade coming out, they get the kill.
Whitemon's ready. He's ready to be that true carry.
He's like, thinking, move over.
When you're playing support and you pick Veno, that's just, you feel it in your veins, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to be the real carry this game.
Yeah, I'm truly excited for this one. And let's say, fewest unique heroes. Soxa on the 3, pretty much everything we've seen, and 3 also. Interesting.
Yeah, it's been working out for them. You know, why change it?
Why vary?
Why fix it if it ain't broke? So yeah, this bottom lane matchup. I mean, how do you sort of anticipate the earlier pushes of the game are going to be for Ghost? Is it necessarily going to be difficult?
Okay, everyone's going to disconnect. They got to.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Really quick.
Everyone reconnect. Make sure you can.
All good.
Well, you can see the Monkey King, or you can target him.
You can't target him.
You can't
after
target
the first
him.
mischief. Yeah, it just becomes very, very silly. So yeah, you see, he just used mischief 10 seconds ago. Somebody else probably can't see anything. So okay. Yep. Quick little pause. Reconnect. You were saying I think the lanes in particular, top lane, this is why they went for this Enigma. This is going to be a very good lane for Noob on paper, since he's playing versus Lifestealer and Veno. They don't really have the best ways of killing Eidolons. They can kill the Enigma if he does get isolated away from them. That's the one thing they can do. But killing those Eidolons will be problematic in most instances. Bottom lane, it's a Beastmaster with a Batrider. It's an incredibly oppressive lane. So Ghost, as long as he's playing careful, he can get some good last hits, but GH is under constant kill threat. What do we got going on here?
We have like...
Is that an invisible Venomancer?
No, it's like a bit of the Venomancer's offset from the Veno, and then the Eidolons also, I believe, have a bit of their animation offset. I imagine that's just a thing during the pause, maybe. Maybe we'll be fine once we get back on the way for ourselves.
This Veno set looks...
Yeah, it's the bits under his wings that are elsewhere.
Yeah, going down later down lines, they will have BKB piercing disables always on their draft, right? And they do. Other thing that I thought they were actually going to mention is Wukong can sometimes be a bit annoying for Enigma, right? If you do want to set up for a black hole, and that Wukong is already down, it can just kill you pretty quickly inside of it, or it just makes you second guess if you do want to go for a jump. So we'll see as the game progresses to those instances. It does, on paper, look like a good Enigma game based off the lane he's going to get.
It does, right. You've got to imagine that Noob's going to have the potential for some pretty hefty impact this game.
They're committing for those Eidolons. They're taking quite a bit of a beating, but they will take out 2 of them. Duracho took a lot of damage there.
I mean, once you sort of have like the second level, does this lane get easier, or is it just really tough for Tundra?
It's a tough lane for Tundra.
It's going to be one going down here.
Like Omar can also get brought down in some situations if they go for these trades, but it's dangerous to trade versus the Eidolons whenever they're out. That's why they went for this last pick. And you saw the bans too. I actually think it was Tundra who banned Dawnbreaker and Venge as their last 2 bans, and that actually opened up even more for the Enigma pick for Enigma. So that was actually quite an interesting approach that they got set up for themselves. They're going to clear out those boars. Lich, skilling the Sinister Gaze, does that extra damage versus it.
Both carries definitely feeling the pressure in these first few waves on the lanes.
The person who's feeling the most pressure, I mean, you said it yourself, right? BZM, he knows matchup versus the Shaker.
He knows what to do.
We saw it, you know, get some trades come in later on yesterday, but yeah, so far BZM, he's having a hot start right now. 15-4 to the 8-2, and a hero that can easily rotate in this type of game. That could be the thing that fixes, in particular, that top lane if he wants to go up there early on as this Monkey King. He can kill Eidolons. He can push the Enigma out.
It's quite refreshing to see, of course, in the mid lane, because I feel like this tournament, we've had a lot of games where the Shaker mid gets through, and normally it's the Shaker mid completely done the string in terms of CS. Oh, bottom lane. Getting underneath the tower, but Ghost is going to be able to turn towards him. GH have a throw down the blood grenade. They'll be able to take the kill against Saxa. The 33 in return will find GH, so of course picking up a bit of action as they take down each other's supports.
He's trying to shove the wave in to prevent Ghost from getting these extra last hits. They really were trying to use that double creep wave to their benefit, but Ghost does get a trade kill, which is quite nice down here, all things considered, since it can be a difficult lane. His farm is good too, 18-2 right now.
Well, Samael, he did step up to take the bounty rune, but that's given the opportunity and time for Saxa to head over and help BZM. As Samael may have got the bounty rune, but they will claim his life.
Saxa takes the kill. BZM trying to secure it there with the Boundless.
That's always a bit of a risky move to make to try and take that away from the enemy. You have to go pretty deep for it, and yeah, Tundra were not going to let Samael get away with that.
Especially since the bat had just died, right? That TP was available. Still seeing Duracho suffer, 21-9 in the Enigma, so Noob still continuing to have a fantastic start. Quickly going to go for the drums. I mean, they're probably going to have to rotate one of the 2 other cores relatively early if they don't want to lose their tower up here on Tundra. Because that drum plus like level 3 Eidolons, it's likely to just be able to push Duracho out. See if that rotation does come. Jim?
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, you mentioned obviously with BZM on the Monkey King, a hero that can make these pretty natural rotations, but will there also be a bit of kind of the idea from BZM that he doesn't really want to leave this lane, because obviously at the moment he's able to make sure that Samael is really suffering, and of course as soon as he leaves, right, Samael is going to get the chance to catch back up. So how important is it for him to kind of just stay here and continue to make Samael's life pretty tough?
I guess it'll come down to the call from his allies, right? If Duracho really just says, I'm not getting anything up here, but we might just see BZM stay a little longer in the mid lane and have the rotations come to him to kill Samael. She'll see which approach it is. We do see Saxa, he's getting some stacks going as they tend to for the Beastmaster. I believe it was spotted though, so they should be aware of that.
Radiant are scanning.
And they are blocking the secondary one, so GH did place that sentry very early on. His mid matchup, yeah, BZM still continued to have a really, really good time. And I'm wondering what items he ends up going on this one, as we've seen a kind of standard itemization.
A little bit of a surprise, but he has got backup. Sacks ahead, Zoe, but the two of them will be able to make GH pay. Rage just in time to make sure the Impale doesn't hold him back. Noob and Omar, they're going to be able to push on and maybe chase down Saxa as well, though. He's trying to Firefly up to the high ground, but they've got him. Enigma Galaxy, they'll claim the two of them and only lose the one support themselves.
These Eidolons are just proving to be a big problem, and so far, Ghost is not feeling the pressure of that bottom lane at all. He is top farm, chilling, not really under pressure by any means from the Beast or from that Rider. So the rotations there, they can come naturally from the Lich, even moving toward the mid lane, GH.
Oh, indeed. BZM's got to be careful. His sort of setups next time could trip him up, and Sumail might be set up to get a chance to take him down. Yeah, so far the numbers are close, but overall it does feel that even though Sumail, of course, had the short straw in the matchup in the mid, he's a little behind. The fact that the side lanes are doing as well as they have been for Enigma Galaxy means that I don't think that Sumail's too upset. He knows he's still got potential to make rotations. Very close to the 6 as well. Of course, will be the big timing if he can get that kind of AoE XP from a creep dying, and there it is. So now he can get in and maybe try and make a play with the Invis Echo setup.
If he shows under the wave, he's dead on Dyrachyo here.
He's going to show. This at all. Is it going to be a knock, though? Sumail not quite able to chain lock him down, so Dyrachyo, he'll be able to walk away from that one, and will indeed be sending out a tip straight the way of Sumail.
That is a long cooldown used, and look at this, BZM trying to take opportunity out of it here, moving for the wisdom. Omar
Dire are scanning.
Going to be able to prevent him. He does get the stun. BZM might just go down here also. Can he play his way out of it?
He's not getting out of this, surely. So once they miss down the kill stop, they'll get themselves something else here.
I said it the other day too, we see so many of these Monkey King 7-minute rotation to the Wisdom Rune. Everybody's just starting to read it. They were very prepared there on the side of Enigma. And yeah, Morphling, he's free farming. Enigma having a very, very good start. Even though the Shakers game got slowed down a little, he's not that far behind anymore of the Monkey King.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, as soon as Sumail has the Echo back up online again, he can definitely look to try and get involved. And for now, yeah, even with the way that mid went, just the fact that his mid tower didn't take much damage at all.
That wasn't
able to hold area of the map.
That was a very aggressive waveform.
He's going to have some TPs coming in. They'll drop the Roar on him, but he's getting the backup. There he goes. Wait for a second, but BZM with the Boundless to the final slap down will be able to finish off the kill. See if they can dive to tower and chase in for more. 33 looking towards GH. BZM's ready to jump forward, close the gap, and take the Lich down as well. As Tundra able to, as you say, punish that. A little bit of an aggressive move from Ghost in the lane.
This tower, though, very, very so dead because of that rotation, I'd say. Unless they want to go through the portal with BZM, but it doesn't look like it. I imagine the next push forward from Noob will finish it off. Echo back up in 30. But Ghost, he finally does get punished. You still see the difference between him and that other safe laner, though. Dyrachyo, still 1,000 gold behind. So it's going to be a bit of a slower catch-up for him. Either of them crew don't go Corrosion yet? Okay. Yeah, I do it. I kind of figured he would. It looks like an intentional.
Yeah, I must have been down there, right? Just a quick trip back. Yep.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Ulti back up very soon.
Has fallen.
The team fight, as we mentioned, for Enigma Galaxy is always going to be crazy strong. And we do see a variety of build too that we coming out from 33. I think we've seen 2 Helm of Overlords in this tournament, mostly Aghanims, but 33 looking to adapt. And I would think that that's just because he wants to pressure more early.
I was going to say, yeah, what do you think is the big decider? Is it just that the timing that you want to try and play for as a team?
Yeah, and also these 2 supports can't suffer a lot when they're playing versus these summons. Lich has gotten better versus these summons as time has gone on, but it can be very problematic for quite a bit of these heroes. Shaker will be better, slightly, because of it, but only slight.
And nonetheless, of course, a very quick timing from 33. Him and Ghost being the 2 on that bottom lane that both got an equal amount out of it.
That is a cool sentry. See, they just knew that Omar was in the area here. And maybe 33 with this Dominator build. It could perhaps also be another thing where it's Dyrachyo communicating, hey, I'm struggling a little bit. I might need some more out of you in this early game as top Noob.
Yeah, BZM's got the wrap round, lays down the Wukong's, not a chance for Noob to escape or fight back.
All these kills matter. Getting Dyrachyo caught back up.
BZM might see if he can get something more. We get the jump on to Omar, but Omar's got GH by his side. Tundra, can they really chase up the high ground here? They're going to certainly try. Saxa coming in from the edge as well. They've got the boundless strike down onto Omar. They'll turn the chain pods down, but the lasso's there to lock down GH. GH will slowly but surely fall.
Sumail gets hit.
They can look to maybe run him down as well. BZM's in position, jumps in, but the backup, the mass TP's coming in to try and keep Sumail safe. He'll immediately drop the echo. The black hole there. He's going to get the two with them. An easy black hole there for Noob. Catches the two big cores, BZM and Duracho to fall.
Great rotations. They all just turn up. Even Ghost comes in for the cleanup. Beautiful moves. Patience from Nigma, waiting for them to overextend. Blink now finished for Sumail.
That's huge.
So he said the team fight potential that can come out from Nigma, you have to be careful if you're going to overextend, and it's a perfect catch. It's on the two main cores.
Yeah. And this is the thing, right, as you were mentioning earlier during the draft, when you look at the heroes that Tundra have, it's pretty difficult for them to play the team fights in a way that, like, at least the majority of situations, three people aren't getting caught by these echoes and black holes, right? You've got, obviously the three melee cores, and then you've got a hero like a Bat who also wants to kind of get in at the front. You see here, no way out of this, not even jumping out, jumping out of the shaker, but it doesn't matter. The black hole's there, Noob's ready to catch the both of them.
No, definitely going to be some problems in terms of initiating fights until they have, like, Saxa Blink. Right now, though, ult's on cooldown, so time to go. They don't really have to rely on those as much. It's 2 minutes on this black hole. Echo also down, but there's a Blink for Sumail. GH getting shredded by Whitemon.
That should be an easy one here for Tundra. Omar might be ultimately quite excited. And not quite able to land the full combo onto Whitemon, so Omar actually loses his own life as well for his attempt there to try and get a trade.
This is an exciting game. I mean, constant aggression, 17 kills at the 12-minute mark so far, and we're seeing it. That's a Orchid build on Whitemon, so that is very interesting. Versus all three cores, it is a pretty fantastic Orchid game if he gets it at a good timing.
Absolutely. If he's able to kind of clip even like the Enigma or the Shaker with the silence, even the Lich, right? Stopping one of these heroes getting off their huge team fight ultimate. And it's just one of the things that kind of makes sense, right? On a Veno, you are the support that's naturally going to get this pretty, easy increase of gold early on in the game. You buy something impactful like an Orchid, it can really cause multiple issues for the enemy team.
No, absolutely. And they might not expect it, really, too, because when have you seen a first item 5-position Orchid, Veno, right? And his farm is excellent after those kills. He was actually ahead of Duracho for a moment. 2K lead now for Tundra just from those two moves after punishing the cooldowns. But Earthshaker echoes back up. Doesn't need it here. Sumail. He has to take it.
He's like, yeah, he didn't want messing around, not funny business.
He didn't want him to suicide to neutrals.
Exactly. He had to get the money. He gets it. Now maybe with the group up, they do have Black Hole back in 20 seconds for Noob.
They've got the Chain Frost too, so they have the damage to be able to
and they've got this information, but at the same time, 33, he's also got a bit of information. Drops down the scan, it does hit, so he knows that this move is likely to be coming in.
14 Wisdom Rune also coming up.
Yeah, you can see how careful 33 is being. And now with Sumail starting to show, they know exactly what's up at Tundra, so unlikely to get caught by this. That Saxa pushes on a little too far. He's going to push forward and testing the waters, I guess. 33 is like, yo, Saxa, can you just walk up there for a bit and see what happens?
They might
he's like, thank you.
That's the thing. They might just stay down here. There's a tower they can naturally push and then set up for the Wisdom Rune as well. So we're seeing Tundra look to make their own aggressive move.
This would be a big catch, but it's a difficult catch.
He did wait for him.
He's going to turn with the Boundless, use it against BZM. Ghost standing his ground as he built up the Jingo Mastery. BZM's got his own original Boundless, tries to throw it back. Wait for it.
Doing it.
It's just the output.
What a play!
I mean, it was a risky move to go for on Tundra. I mean, I feel like Ghost would have to make some pretty big mistakes there to die in that situation, but this isn't the kind of guy to make mistakes. His carry performance has been top tier, keeps his cool, and he just ends up turning and killing him.
That was as composed as I've ever seen somebody be. He did not look concerned at all.
Absolutely not. He's like, guys, what are you doing?
He's like, I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Jingu stacks plus the Vlad's more than enough lifesteal. That was really cool.
Yeah, and not the move from Tundra. If they want to try and do that, they're going to need at least not just those two heroes.
Those are one of those moments that's like it's a super clutch play at a super important time too. It's because they're the momentum is bouncing back and forth, and now he's top net worth from that, and he stops a full gank. And I believe they get both of the Wisdom Runes. They did not get both, but either way, they were able to claim theirs. And huge play. Nope. Drums, he gets the stun off in time.
Saxa.
He's okay.
Not able to close in on him. GP's coming in, Sumail's ready to back Noob up. And now Tundra, they've got to be careful down here.
This is not the start I would say that Tundra wanted to have. And this Lifestealer is quite broke, so Morphling is nearing free.
Oh, he was ready for that one, Duracho.
Chain Frost also, GH.
He might die.
Summons.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage here coming out from them as 33 will look to chase GH down. He's going to try for the CP. Not going to make it. 33 clips him with the axes.
Duracho.
He's ready.
Carries on point.
Yeah, he had his finger ready to just slam it down on the range.
And now Noob.
They could look to go for another position. You're going to try for the TP out, but the lasso's out.
Oh, the neutral.
What? A neutral?
Well, it happens.
Oh, the neutral gets him. A little unfortunate there for Tundra.
Well, Tundra strike back. Again, at a pretty ideal time, too.
There we go. We'll see that once more.
And this was so well played.
Yeah, gets that Jingu built up. He's got that little bit of life still to keep him more than fine against BZM. And at this point, a second round of the Jingu stacking up for BZM, not in time to save himself. And indeed, as you can imagine and see, Enigma Galaxy behind the scenes there, very pumped up about these moves that they're coming out with. Can they burst him?
Ooh, doesn't look like it.
Going to be able to do that.
I believe Omar has been ended.
Is going to go for the spike carry for TP out. And I tell you what, that's the Orchid reveal, and it didn't do a whole lot. Nobody dies to it. So now Omar lives, and they also know that this Orchid's now in the game from White Mom.
And Ghost, because he survives getting this kill top also, now he has Manta, so he has a Dispel as well to deal with that Orchid.
It's difficult to try and gank him.
It really is.
It's not going to be easy for them to try and shut down this Morph. Ghost has had a brilliant lane. As we saw, they make like one attempt towards him. He keeps his cool. From this point onwards, like Tundra, they've got to come up with some master plan to try and slow this Morphling down.
Absolutely. You see them itemizing for it, though. BZM doing a bit of an adaptation in his build. We've seen mostly just the Maelstrom, but when you do want to go for this Diffusal, it's pretty much exclusively versus the Morphling, right, to try to shut him down. So that's what they want to do, but Ghost is not shut down at all. He is cruising through this game. He's in an ideal spot. Tundra gonna look to accelerate pace, probably go for the Roshan and force a fight. Echo Slam still going to be on cooldown, and now actually it's up in 5 seconds, but the Radiance is finished, and it might just be able to kill it with these two and keep 3 heroes on the map.
Enigma Galaxy is definitely going to be interested in bringing the action towards them.
Echo is back up.
And look at the opening. They can. This time, not a chance for the Rage. Execute Duracho cleanly. Of course, the space still there for Tundra to finish the Roche. They'll get the Aegis on 33. This is the thing, obviously, with that Radiance build, there's always going to be that a little bit of a counterplay available from Omar.
They instantly smoked it. They didn't have to use Echo Slam. They did not have to use it.
They've still got the big spells. The fact that there is an Aegis on Tundra, I don't think Enigma Galaxy care too much. They'll happily look to take a fight into it. They're feeling pretty strong right now.
And they're instantly swinging. They want to get a bigger target than the Bat Rider, but they might just have to settle for Soxa. The bounce actually goes to 33.
It does. It's still going to get the job done. It's enough for them to kill Stack. So 33, he's thinking about turning. He's got BZM in the corner. Drop the balance of the roll straight away, looking to focus down Sumail, and they'll get him. Sumail to fall. Omar cannot escape either. And now the chase continues potentially. BZM considering going up to high ground, but they don't quite have vision there. Doesn't want to run blindly and knows that the black hole threat is there. So they'll hold back. They get 2 very quick kills though. Ghost, he's still not afraid to show himself down on this lane. Noob still in the wings waiting to back him up if necessary.
They got the most ideal target they could there, right? The fact that Sumail shows first and they get the roar on hit, that's everything. If they don't see Sumail, they probably have to be a bit more hesitant to go for it. We'll be able to punish that. A 3K lead for them, but as we said, this Morphling's net worth is crazy.
Yeah, the Morph is, Ghost is exactly where he wants to be at this point of the game, and if not ahead of what you would wish for. This is a very, very good timings here from the Morph carry.
Yeah, as soon as Sumail shows, you see that they're like, okay, wait, we can actually probably go onto this Earthshaker, and that's exactly what happens.
Absolutely, 33 definitely making that call.
And, you know, I was mentioning a little bit about the threat of the Wukongs versus the Enigma. You could see that Noob, he's like, wait, do I actually want to go up in Black Hole? Even though he's built a Vanguard, he still is very concerned of walking into Wukong. And have to always point out, of course, Ghost, since he has this core-to-core matchup, we'll always have to see him being able to get the Rage off as well in a lot of fights, so it is very strong for him. Even into double BKB piercing disables.
Middle tower has fallen.
And they're starting to get a good amount of momentum again here. Even though that farm separation is there between the Lifestealer and the Morphling, they have hindered that Enigma and Earthshaker a lot in these last few moments. Using that momentum with the blink on Soxa. Want to try to steal this Tormentor and get a big kill.
Dire
Ghost and GH are around. They'll just go for the quick grab.
Is under attack.
GH gone. I mean, do Enigma Galaxy still want to try and keep this Tormentor under their control? 33. She's going to walk up, start doing it. I mean, Enigma Galaxy, they've got to do something soon if they want to try and interrupt this. Underneath the tower, BGM jumps in aggressively. They have the Malefist. Noob is going to use the back. It's a brilliant one. He gets all the three of them underneath the tower. Ratchet will finally be able to finish off the kill, but he dies for it. The impale from Omar lines up one of the two of them. I mean, the fight is just handed to Enigma Galaxy. What they score, we'll take it. We'll take them twice.
I mean, it's a dream for them.
Matter. They'll kill him again.
Was this Ghost gets an ultra kill? It's beautiful, but they handed it to them.
They really did. They just walked in. They really wanted the Tormentor. They didn't get it, but it cost them the entire team. That's not a good trade.
It was so split, the decision making, right? Looked like 33's like, I'm going Tormentor, and the rest of the team's like, we're diving the Enigma.
We'll see it again here. I mean, Noob's like, well, you know what?
Look at the side.
Black hole these guys.
Of course. I mean, they all jumped inside of it, and they don't have a way to cancel this black hole if he's committing for that Tormentor. A Ghost will take that all day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I guess, Tundra, they just really wanted that Tormentor, folks.
I guess so. And now they give up a complete team wipe, their Aegis, and a Wisdom Rune, an ultra kill to Ghost.
Oh, I mean, they needed to shut down this Morph, and it's ended up basically the exact opposite has been happening in this game.
Yep.
Each of these moves, it's just been given more and more to Ghost. He's 7-1 and 2.
They kind of handed that on a silver platter to him. Committing onto that Enigma. Maybe they didn't expect that Noob was going to be so tanky with this Crimson build that he has gone for, but either way, they were just so split on their decision-making. They get punished massively, and now big momentum that Enigma's got in their way. Even though that gold lead shows 3K, that doesn't matter at all.
No.
Morphling is...
That's the thing, you're right. As a team ahead at this point, 22 minutes in,
doesn't matter.
It's the Morph. They haven't been able to answer him, and each and every moment that passes, any sort of possible answer, it's just looking to be further and further away from any sort of reality of being able to take Ghost down.
Radiant's
They're just smoking continuously. They're also going to be back up pretty soon since they got that big fight win to be able to recover these in those last few moments. BZM,
Omar,
he's ready for him.
He is. Spike Carapace trips
solo kill.
It's an easy one for Omar. He'll be immediately sending the tip out, and there it is.
Look at that gold, 750, and how much XP as well? 1,600 XP for Omar, up to level 13 off of it. And looks like he's going to take a page out of what we saw from Crit the other day, right? The Aeon disc build, taps coming in early on to bait some plays.
Radiant's bottom
Great moves. Sumail shows himself bottom, does throw the scan out, so he's aware of them below.
Yeah, Deracho considering if he can make a play with Saxa there.
That's a beautiful game so far. 32 kills total, even though that gold lead, as we said, for Tundra.
They have the gold lead, but is it enough?
Doesn't feel like it with Ghost being this farmed right now. Sumail also now has his BKB finish, so he's got easier liberty to be able to go in and out of the fights.
I mean, in terms of itemization, is there anything that Tundra could be looking towards that will allow them to...
BKBs. At least BKB for the monkey.
You think you're getting the BKBs and you're just trying to eliminate everything around the Morph and then looking to deal with him last? Like, what's the game plan in the team fights?
Exactly. I think if you can isolate him, that's your best option.
Yeah.
It's either burst him immediately, which is quite unlikely with this draft, or you isolate him and then go for it. But you have to be very careful because of how much team fight Enigma has. And at this point now, Noob, he is quite a bit tankier going for this build, since he has this Crimson build. It's a bit of an adaptation towards the Monkey King. Omar constantly getting this scout off. Let's see Saxa.
Saxa, obviously with that sentry earlier, knows that it's likely that Omar is sweeping this way for him.
I would say the next two big timings for Tundra, it is that BKB on the Monkey King and the Roche fight. I think that's ideally what they want to look for, because if they give a Roche to Enigma and this Morphling gets that, I don't know if Ghost is going to die.
I've seen Tundra, of course, overcome some challenging situations in the past, and killing this Morph, killing Ghost Morph, going to be quite the one for them to tackle. And they do it.
I mean, they are getting a lot of farm on them.
They are. The split farm, as you can see, the 3 cores evenly progressing.
And the supports are scaling, too, so can't always laugh at that when Whitemon's starting to get this farm, so is Saxa. So extra things to contribute in these fights.
Yeah, it really is just that
It's
the morph, and this absolutely is a hero that carries games, even from these positions where you're behind as a team, if he is that far ahead. In this game, Ghost, he absolutely is that far ahead.
Not even just in gold, right? He's almost level 20 as well. So he's got like 2 levels or 3 levels ahead of the Lifestealer at this point.
Dire's top tower is under
And do have to, of course, factor in that he has this morph duration talent, so he's going to be turning into one of these strong cores. Either the Monkey King or the Lifestealer are fantastic choices for him. And then he's going to have Frost Shield behind him. So that damage mitigation versus some of this physical would be too problematic. As Sox again, caught.
Omar doing his best, really, to just get into Sax's head. We've seen Sax be able to set up in some areas of the map with the sentries, but of course the map's pretty huge. Can't set up everywhere without invis detection.
GH in a pretty dangerous position here. But he's got Ghost behind, but they're actually eyeing Ghost.
Play to get him with the opening direct. In time to get away. The Chain Frost ends up popping the creep, though. The Dratcher just has to continue to get the hell out of there.
That was a pretty cool attempt there. They are still flanking behind, but Duracho has to heal.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot on the map now for Tundra. Even though they've got pretty good information, they know what Nigma Galaxy's turned up to this area with. I don't know if they can fight Nigma Galaxy head on, despite the fact they've got this gold lead.
I don't think I've ever seen that ward that we just saw placed there. That is a pretty cool one. I've seen it more to the left, more to the right to avoid the cliff, avoiding these sentry spots, but that one is very unique. That gives some very good information. As we know, Tundra is looking to just farm up the map. I think that's what Nigma is starting to realize. Okay, you want to play the farm game, we'll just keep getting these catches with Omar, and we'll keep progressing with Ghost.
And he's going to get it easier now, right? That was the goal to sort of get his Blink Dagger. So Sax's life, it just got that much harder. Just get to play his game against this Nyx assassin that's going to be constantly aware of him.
Either getting him on the initial catch or getting him when he goes for the initiation. If Sox is not careful, you blink lasso a target, the Nyx blinks carapaces, he can stop that aggression, so I think we're kicking off to a pretty awesome mid-game in a few moments here.
The next timing likely to be the Roche. We'll see it back up in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
And BZM, he does have the BKB finished. And 33 almost has an Aghanims, so he's continuing to get that progression and scaling. I think that he's knowing that he has to scale quite a bit here on this Beastmaster too. They are scaling on 5 heroes on the side of Tundra, so.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely likely to see both teams get more active here in these final moments of the night time.
Seconds.
They're going to know that Roche will be up very shortly.
Who's got the better scout for right now? I mean, Sox, 33 is just cutting creep waves, it looks like, with his dragon. And the Eidolons are actually the ones that are going to be scouting the Roche pit. So Enigma might get awareness of that Roche first. If they get a Roche on with this Morphling, it's going to be pretty huge.
Tower is under attack.
Denying that away from the Lifestealer. The farm, though, as we see, it is continuing to grow in favor of Tundra during this downtime because of how fast the 2 supports in particular farm, really. These 2 supports are 2 of the fastest farming supports in the game.
Tower is under attack.
Amplified damage rune as well for the next fight.
That's a big one.
They'll grab it. They'll make their way over, but the Roshan is up in 5 seconds. And
they've got...
with the morph, they can take it down pretty quickly, Nigma Galaxy.
They've got like quad item timing that just hit for Tundra, too. They've got an Aghanims, I think, for 33.
I don't know if they get here in time, Tundra.
They're pretty close.
It's going down quick, though.
And they make it.
Half HP on the Roche. Tundra's got to make a jump soon.
Duracho leading the charge.
So with plenty of time on the amplified damage rune. He's going to try and move in, but Sumail's in to blink out. They're back off from the Roche Ghost. He'll turn, use the rage against Duracho to try and stand his ground. They get some information. They know how low Roche is now. They know how important it is to really try and push this fight here, Tundra.
Oh, this is straight chaos.
Yeah, he's in with the side, but he has him! GH immediately! He gets him with a blink and the pullback, and now they can try and turn forward the Duracho! Locking down Duracho, Ghost is bringing in the damage, Duracho on board, double kill for Ghost, and now turn towards BZM, BZM trying to stand his ground with the BKB and the Blue Cross Mode, they've got the silence in, and the full locks down Saxa, locks down Ghost, they bring down the Morph, and now Tundra with the Morph gone, they can chase Nigma Galaxy for the rest of their lineup. GH will be left behind, Sumail able to TP out the trees, won't be able to stop that. They get GH though. Tundra, quick moves, the silence coming in from Whitemon, and then that follow-up lasso perfectly done to finally be able to trip up Ghost in these team fights and take the Roshan.
I mean, the net worth is they have the goal to be able to commit with these buybacks. BZM comes back in, but we're seeing that Duracho, he's done this time and time again. He's not actually the real carry, it feels like. BZM sacrifices his life, and then 33 is actually the one that does the heavy lifting. Comes in with that big roar and big damage for his team.
Yeah, and we see here, you know, at this point, Enigma Galaxy probably still feel pretty good. They're like, we can take down BZM.
Sure.
But then there's the follow-up, perfectly done. So, you know, Saxon not being eliminated to start the fight meant that threat of the Lasso, the lockdown, was always going to be there to follow up their Orchid Silence and allow them to take down Ghost.
This is just really good execution of team fights from Tundra and identifying that they have these buybacks and they have 3 or 4 scaling cores. It's not just Dyrachyo who's dishing out the damage. If he just gets Black Hole by himself, the rest can thrive. That was cool.
An important moment there around that Roshan but Tundra taking the advantage definitely pushes them now back to a level of a lead which their lineup it's going to be feeling back in the clear. Yeah,
and Morphling, yes, he's very farmed, but can he do it on his own now? Is starting to get to that question when everybody is
getting more severe.
Tundra. It's getting crazy.
But there's always the potential, of course. They've got the big team fight ults, the huge solo carry. Tundra have to be careful how they continue to play their cards and use this advantage to try and close the game down.
As long as they don't get caught in a multi-black hole or multi-echo slam, it does look like they can potentially outnumber Ghost in a lot of these fights in terms of just carry potential.
They're ready to go again here, Tundra.
I mean, 33's build, it really is working out this game, right? Going the early Overlord, then going back for the Aghanims, he's literally a carry at this point. They have an Aegis, they have this banner as well. BZM did have to use buyback, but he's got this Aegis coverage, and his next item is a pretty big one once he gets it versus that Morphling as well. He gets the Scotty, and they're going to have more and more heal prevention. Didn't get to point it out, too, for Whitemon. He did take the talent that you see, the 15% health regen reduction. All these little things, they do start to add up when you're playing versus something that's so reliant on that regen.
Ooh, this ward is giving some pretty good information. Seeing if they can do anything with it. They're just setting up the area.
I mean, his progression got completely halted there, right? He was, what, 6K ahead of the next person? He's only, what, not even an item ahead now at this point. Tundra feeling more confident to be aggressive too. 33. Playing on his own, but they don't seem to be able to go for this catch onto him. Now with this gem on BZM, it's making Omar's life a lot more difficult to just go for these sneaky plays that he was doing before.
Radiant's middle
Really is going to be eyes on those ults, right? If they can land multi-hero ults with either Sumail or Noob, if Ghost is able to get those hits off at this point now. And Tundra it's turning into a five-core draft.
He's got eyes on 33. He's going to be able to find the opening. GH closing in. Chain Frost is out. They get the pullback. They've got the lockdown. 33 still pretty tanky. He has it by his side. The Chain Frost is going to bounce elsewhere. The Black Hole completely
goodness gracious!
I knew, but now Saxon will say, well, it's time to begin the turnaround. Gets in with the lasso onto Noob. Enigma Galaxy had to bail out of this. That's a team fight gone horribly wrong for them.
Horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, 33, a glimmer to walk away versus 3 heroes, and now they might just get 2 more.
Yeah, Tundra can look to clean up more from this. They've got the roar in onto him. BZM's Boundless Strike down onto GH. Enigma Galaxy struggling off the back of a huge misplay.
A massive misplay, really. Tundra capitalized, get 3 ultis used. Black Hole whiffs completely. The lead just continues to grow now.
It really does now.
Now it's really mattering.
It does. 15K lead. They can start looking at pressuring the high ground.
Yep. The Scotty's finished up for BZM, so he's got that harder counter versus the Morph, and they can potentially just go for this high ground. At 33, this item build. We've been seeing more and more glimmers on core heroes, but this one in particular just clutched it up. Doesn't die, and they just make Enigma makes so many mistakes.
Yeah, unfortunate moments there, of course, for Noob. If that Black Hole connects, likely to have like the follow-up from Sumail and the slam, it could have been a pretty different team fight, Fogged.
It still got off.
Back in action though, BZM, that's the Aegis gone. He's not going to feel too bothered about that. Probably going to be lost anyway on this attempt on the high ground siege. We'll see how much more they can continue to push for. Everyone back up on Enigma Galaxy. In terms of timing, they are going to have to wait that little bit until the Black Hole's back online. 80 seconds still until that one. Tundra, they'll back off. Now that the Aegis is gone.
They can back up and just keep farming. They know that they progressively farm so much faster during any idle moments. It does feel like the pressure is almost on, even though Ghost is so farmed, right? It feels like the pressure is actually on Enigma again to try to land those big ultis to turn this game around. Even though Dyrachyo's 1-4 this game, it doesn't matter because of what the rest of his team is doing. They are looking for this catch opportunity, but this is not the easiest.
And they're set up, and look at this from Tundra.
Tundra is so ready.
They are so ready to fight here.
It's on the back, it's on Sumail.
They get tripped up, but the lasso's there. They lock down Sumail. The damage comes in as he falls. Look at the Impale out towards 33, but again, NVIDIA has to run. This is not the fight to be at. Ghost, can he do anything magical on his own? I don't think so. The Wukong's command breaks down. He has to continue to separate himself from the team, but the balance is there. PZM closes in upon him. Wait for him there for Ghost. Turns towards 33. It's a solid Impale onto Duraccio.
33 survive.
He's caught by the silence. Whitemon perfectly waiting to drop the silence after the mantle was used. They get the big kills. They get the cleanups once more. Tundra, they're taking every team fight now, Fogged.
And we truly see why Tundra is as dominant as they have been in these last couple weeks. Just unbelievable performances. Great read of the map and great target priority. They get right on top of Sumail. Barely gets anything off. They do get a pretty decent, Lich combo there, but they just have too much sustain at this point. They're able to just walk right through it and stick on the targets. It's really problematic now. Where do you go from here now? Ghost, back to back, every single part of his progression is stopped.
Oh, and
Whitemon.
He's quick.
And they're going to look to strike back instantly. As soon as that Impale misses,
they're going for it.
In.
Omar's got to get out of here. Vendetta should be able to scuttle away.
I guess he didn't see him with the gem. Must have been just on the outskirts. Another item picked up, another heal prevention item in particular versus the Morphling.
33 is just massive. They can't go on his Beastmaster. 33 just, he's going to survive for any attempt that they throw at him.
And he's going to kill the ball. I mean, the damage he's going to start contributing is, he already has been contributing crazy damage, but this is even more so. 3 different heal prevention abilities now for them versus this Morph who just can't do it on his own.
Absolutely.
They need
At this point, it is so hard. So hard for Enigma Galaxy. The early stages of the game, it looked like they were going to be able to set this up for sort of to be just Ghost playground in order to take over the game as the Morph. But Tundra in the second half of this match, they have just completely shut them down and are just outplaying Enigma Galaxy on all fronts.
Yep. Beautiful team fights. Omar.
Noob in. Don't hesitate for now. The Raw's going to come out onto Noob. They'll kill Sexorov, but they're going to lose likely both supports for the least rate. Indeed, Omar and GH are taken down by Duraccio. Omar's the buyback.
Okay.
And there's more fight to be had. And Noob's still hovering around. Now,
3 just gets out again, the glimmer.
Yeah, Noob's blinking in, but
Noob
doesn't really want to do a black hole here. It's risky. It looks like he's going to be all right. It does have the teammates behind him, and Tundra won't try and look to fight on themselves. They're happy with taking sort of the quick trade between the supports, poking out a buyback from Enigma Galaxy.
I mean, phenomenal shot calling again there from Tundra. Just don't need to push the envelope there, get this extra kill. They forced a buyback from the Knicks. They can back up and just continue to get that farm growth, right? 20,000 lead just continues to grow and grow.
And the pressure's on for Noob, right? I can imagine when you're playing an Enigma in this sort of game, you've had one sort of situation where the black hole went pretty wrong. It's gonna get to you a bit, right? You've got to log back in and try your best to still find these opportunities to get the big catches. And it's not easy.
No, and it's harder and harder, right? As the game progressed, once they started getting these blinks on the BKB piercing disables, right? Yep. That's why he didn't want to go for the BKB. They had all the answers for it, so he's just gone for this kind of aura adaptation build, but it hasn't been able to really work out for him. Besides that very early start where we saw the Crimson doing a little bit of work. Tundra just really identifying exactly who to go for in every single one of the fights and how they want to take the fights. That buyback top from BZM was pretty crucial to everything.
It was instant as well. It was. As soon as he dies, he was straight back in on that fight. BZM is perfectly played by him.
And that's where that that farm really comes into play, right? They were just splitting up, keeping that farm increasing, even though Ghost was so big.
If they can sneak a Roche,
don't kill it that fast now at this point.
They don't. And Tundra is not too far away. I mean, Enigma Galaxy, they have to take these sort of risks now, being as far behind as they are. They will find 33. And they take him down to the left, down to Noob. Saxa finds the Enigma as Noob's gone.
Ghost is gone.
They have to run here, Enigma Galaxy. GH will desperately throw out a Chain Frost, but it'll basically do nothing at all.
I don't think you can give 33 Beastmaster, guys. I don't know.
He's been chilling this game.
He's too good.
He's making it look pretty easy.
He just literally walked in versus 5 heroes with an infested Lifesteal inside of him, and they pretty much killed everybody with it. Wow. Tundra.
And we'll check it again.
Look at him.
It's like, at that point, they see him at the top around the twin gate. It's kind of like they feel they have to go for him, but at the same time, that when they're doing that, there's going to be that pretty large amount of doubt within them being like, are we actually going to kill this man?
Flags now. for Monkey King, getting it from the Roche. Now they can go for that push. 35,000 lead. Everyone's now surpassing that Morphling.
Yeah, the net worths are looking pretty insane at this point.
They're just preventing them really from getting any of those big combos off. There's no big longbow combo team fight at all with the way that Tundra's approaching the team fights.
If they push this kind of safely, not get caught in the AoE, Noob's going to get jumped. The roar's there. Noob, he's gone. No buyback available for him. He's out for 50 seconds.
These guys are good. This Tundra team, they really know how to play against pretty much any of these drafts, even if they are playing versus a quote-unquote Morphling that can outscale.
Yeah,
they know
the fact that those kind of early couple of blunders just were completely irrelevant in the big picture. And they were, pretty crazy blunders were earlier. Losing these solo kills in the early play to Ghost, giving him an ultra kill at the tier 2. But now we're at this point, it just didn't matter at all, Fog.
It really didn't. Remember that Tormentor play?
Oh, that's an Echo Slam.
They'll get Dyrachyo.
Okay.
But as you said, he's kind of the fake carry in this game.
Yeah, the rest of the Tundra are kind of chilling, taking out the barracks. Can they punish another hero here, Enigma Galaxy?
Be able to at least push them off of the racks.
I mean, it's something. Yeah,
but there's only a little left.
It's kept the game going.
Triple melee racks is still alive. The Venom Wards won't be able to finish them off either, so they keep it going.
Well, they'll live to see another day.
Wow, they really split up that damage on the triple melee rack. Saxa, double blinks.
Able to get the Boundless down in time. Might still be able to continue to chase here. Able to get the connection with the Boundless and
that's a little dangerous,
and get galed.
Yeah, he does not want to continue pushing forward there. 50 seconds, still no Dyrachyo, but...
I mean, it's got to be... This is the window you have to work with, right? You finally found a situation where there's at least one of the cores of Tundra dead for around a minute. You do have the black hole. They desperately want to find something in Enigma Galaxy.
But some of these heroes just feel unkillable, right? BZM and 33 in particular just don't feel like you have an option to kill them. Lasso, it'll find Omar.
That's him gone. No buyback, still on cooldown.
And they have to actually address their bottom lane since those creeps are pushing in, so Sumail will show himself and Dyrachyo will be coming back in 20. It's crazy how this game has gotten to a 1,000 per minute.
Yeah, it has turned out to be actually a pretty big masterclass here from Tundra.
It really is, and they get the catch, and it continues.
No buyback. We're spending up on the gold there, Ghost. Hyperstone in the backpack as he was trying to finish off that Bloodthorn. Seeing that, they're going to know that there's a high likelihood that he's not going to be turning up for the defense for the next 70 seconds. So Tundra,
they're all inning.
They can be ready to go for the killing blow.
Oh yeah, look at this Monkey King. You see the Lich.
Nah, it's gone. He does have buyback at least, GH, so he can get back in. Have the ultimates. The Chain Frost, the Slam,
but they don't have the Morphling.
They don't have the Morph, and at this point, those 3 ults, if they get like 5-man everything with those,
it still won't matter.
I don't think it's killing them, folks.
Nope, not anymore by any means. Not for quite some time, as we've seen the last 15 minutes be absolutely dominant from Tundra.
Yeah, this game really to go from like kind of 0 to 100 for them. Pretty dramatically, Omar.
All about
that
Roche.
catch on a Saxa.
All about that Roche fight top, right? Just with the buybacks, having that extra goal to be able to throw them out there.
They're going to try one last fight, Enigma Galaxy.
20 seconds. 25 seconds. Is he going to make it in time?
Omar, how does he want to start this? BZM's already even the jump there. Oh, managed to get the stun and the pullback. The BKB's out in time. BZM backs away and of course still has that Aegis for a minute. The Chain Frost down. Should continue on to the tier 4s. We'll have everybody back up here, Enigma Galaxy. Echo Slam and Black Hole at the ready. Aegis. 50 seconds still for BZM.
BZM is just going to keep hitting it. Dyrachyo's going to play in the back to be that save, it looks like. He's now inching forward. Give me a fest.
The balance opening, but Omar's going to be in with the stun. They'll try and burst through the Aegis. The one shot for Sumail. They'll take the Aegis out of the hands of BZM, but Omar's gone. He's dead for a minute. Down to the 4 of them. Saxa, he then gets the grab onto Sumail, drags him out of the side, but Sumail's able to get the BKB off. Noob still holding with the threat, the Black Hole.
Noob gets caught.
But they've got the detection. 33's in with the Roar. They lock down Noob. They'll be able to take down the Enigma. This game, it's over. The buybacks are not going to be coming in now, and they can even consider a bit of fountain diving if they want to. I might be forced to. A little bit of a pullback onto BZM. They're into the fountain. There we go. Some fountain kills to top it off as they take down GH and get the victory here. Tundra, 52k gold lead to close this one up, folks.
A true masterclass, really. All it took was decision-making and patience for that one fight. They were building up the lead. Even though Ghost was, 5k or so ahead of the next potential person at that moment, it